In class this week, we learned about reinforcement and punishment. There are two types of reinforcement, positive reinforcement and negative reinforcement. Positive reinforcement involves adding something that is desired by the individual. An example of this would be when my dog goes outside and she pees outside. When she comes back in, she gets a treat. Negative reinforcement involves taking away something undesired by the individual. An example of this would be at my job. We constantly have to reinforce to the patients that they need to control their fluid. So when they come in and they're really, really heavy, we have a tendency to go, okay, let's go over everything. Why did you gain fluid? Things like that. And a lot of the patients get very annoyed with this, and they are very vocal, and they'll say things like, oh, I already know this. You always say this to me. And we have to simply tell them that, well, we wouldn't be saying this if you didn't do it each time. So whenever somebody comes in and they actually have done good and they haven't put on a ton of fluid, obviously we then don't go over it with them. There are also two types of punishment, positive punishment and negative punishment. Positive punishment involves adding something undesired by the individual. An example of positive punishment would be spritzing water on my cat to get her to not jump on the table. And this is actually the water bottle that we use very often to spray the cats, and we actually use it on the dog too to keep her from jumping up on us whenever we come home from work or anything like that. Negative punishment involves taking away something desired by the individual. An example of negative punishment would be me not cooking dinner for my husband if he refused to unload the dishwasher. I hope that this explanation and my examples help to explain the different types of punishment and reinforcement.